Howdy y'all, Stock Warden here, back with another video. Today's video we're looking at Palantir Technologies because in the chaos of what is going on in the world with the war between not only Russia and Ukraine and also now this huge upset war between the US, Iran, and Israel has been kicking off, we have expected the market to just completely plunge like it has in the past. So, surprisingly enough, Palantir has been able to stay quite strong in their standing, especially in the stock market, where they're actually sitting a lot better than what they were last month whenever it comes to their investors putting into the stock, holding the stock, and also their sentiment and news drive has been pushing up even higher due to this war. So, given a lot of the stock market has been coming slightly down because of this, but there are a lot of reasons why Palantir is still holding on strong. So, obviously, if you look at my last video that we did on Palantir, we went over their earnings report, which covered all of 2025 and mainly boasted about the Q4 of 25. So, which, to nobody's surprise, they absolutely decimated and over exceeded expectations all the way across the board in almost every single measure that they had financially. So, but there is something to say that is new about what is coming to Palantir as well, that's being done right now, that's going to launch Palantir even deeper into the government sector. So, but as of right now, Friday, they ended up closing at $150.68 a share, which is roughly right on the bottom of their resistance line. Now, where I'm going to draw the resistance line for this stock specifically is I'm going to put it at the bottom of this 148 candle from back at Wednesday on March 4th, and I'm going to just drag that directly across. So, and then we have a high resistance line where you can see all of these candles have been floating roughly about the 156.70 marker, and we've had upward peaks up to a 160. But if you look at kind of even going back a little bit in the past where we had three really close candles, even a fourth one kind of up into the area, I would say we're going to run a resistance line at about 157 and just run it straight across. So right now, back on the last video, we were looking at the two resistance lines set in between 126 and your 137. They did create a great breakthrough, as we could kind of tell in which area these candles were marking up. We knew that they were going to end up boosting out of this range, and they finally did. Now that they've come into a new set of resistance, now it's just a matter of time on how much longer they're going to stay in this area before they have another breakout. So, but their big stretch of news that came through Reuters on March 20th. So, Palantir's Maven AI system will become an official program of record, which is what the Deputy Secretary of Defense, Steve Feinberg, said in a letter to the Pentagon leaders, which is a move that locks in long-term use of Palantir's weapons targeting technology across the entire U.S. military. And in that March 9th letter to the senior Pentagon leaders and the U.S. military commanders, Feinberg said that embedding Palantir's Maven smart system would provide warfighters with the latest tools necessary to detect, deter, and dominate our adversaries in all domains. So, and that is especially crazy now to be able to show something like that and to have a system this smart and this strong, especially with this new drone territory that we're fighting in these new wars, because it's becoming more and more technologically advanced, and Palantir is the direction that the government is looking at heading into for that direction as well, for a lot of different combatants areas in that. So the decision is expected to go into effect by the close of the current fiscal year, which ends in September. So according to the letter, which was reviewed by Reuters and has not been previously reported on, so that is something that we get to look forward to in the future. So Maven, to just kind of back up and talk about what the Maven system is. Maven is a command and control software platform that analyzes battlefield data and identifies targets. And it's already the primary AI operating system for the U.S. military, which has already carried out thousands of targeted strikes against Iran over these last 3 weeks. So designating Maven as a program of record will end up streamlining its adoption across all arms of the military and provide stable long-term funding. Because now Palantir's Maven system in this war is becoming more truly battle tested to show that it's ready for the next big ordeal. So this memo ordered oversight of Maven to be moved from the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency to the Pentagon's Chief Digital AI Office within 30 days. So then future contracting with Palantir will be handled directly by the Army. So Feinberg also had wrote that it is imperative that we invest now and with focus to deepen the integration of AI across the joint force and establish AI-enabled decision-making as the cornerstone of our new strategies. So Palantir and the Pentagon did not immediately respond or request to any specific comments or anything that had came out about what Feinberg has been writing on. So that's also going to bring a massive deal that was announced last summer with the U.S. Army that is worth up to $10 billion. So, and those kind of awards have helped double Palantir's stock price in the past year, which has lifted its market value to nearly $360 billion. Now, the market cap is almost $361 billion, and the stock price is it's under 160,000 a share. Now, if you truly think about what most stock market caps are, you don't have a $360 billion market cap with only $160 or lower share price. You're looking at a $200+ a share stock price for a $360 billion market cap. So just with the way that this could be, you really can show and see how Palantir Technologies is still driven heavily by the U.S. government, but they are bridging abroad, not just in the government sector, but they are still pushing heavily into the commercial and the medical sectors as well, using their other AI platforms. So there hasn't been a whole lot of news that have came out real big on those just yet, because they are striving to bridge those systems into more volume before they can really start bolstering more about their commercial and residential entities as far as their AI is concerned on those other feats. But these are just absolutely huge. So that is the big news that I have on Palantir, along with the new trend, the new rise, and also the new resistance lines that I have been seeing here lately on the stock trend. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if there is any stock that you have been paying attention to that you have either seen have a massive falling out, or a stock that you have seen that has been absolutely jumping despite all the war efforts that have been going on and has been actually smashing quite a few of the major stock corporations out there, those companies have been seeing huge stock losses over a lot of fears. So if y'all want to get a little bit deeper into any of these other stocks that you've noticed, then drop it down in the comments below and I will take a look and be able to bring even more stocks and more knowledge out to what you guys are wanting to see. So with all that being said, this is the Stock Warden riding off. See y'all come back now, you hear?